Hey guys, how are you all doing? How's your day going? And if you're just starting, how was your night? Hope you had an amazing and beautiful day. So today's video is going to be very short. So the last video I uploaded, I think that was day 8, day 7. I was talking about I kept mentioning dictionaries and I was like, oh, I've done a video about that. And then I went back and I checked and I was like, the only video I've done is not part of these 100 days we're doing right now. So I decided to, do a video about dictionaries. So it's going to be real quick. Dictionaries is a type of data structure that stores data in key value pairs. That is, you have a key and you have a value. So it's going to look something like this. If I have a dictionary, my key may be something like name, and the value of name is going to be a name of a person. It can be praise. Then after that, we can have another key value pair. It can be something like age, and that age we can have a number. So what is going to happen is that we'll just be listing out characteristics depending. Like this one is about defining characteristics of a person. We can even do like just instead of age, we can have grade. So it's just having a key to access a value. So it's kind of like when you're working with variables. So it's kind of like a collection of variables. I hope that explains it better for you. Okay, so the key is what you use to access the value within the dictionary. So based on what the key is, that's how you would know what the value is you're trying to retrieve. And a dictionary is usually associated with a single object. I hope that you understand this. So let's just jump into it. So the syntax for working with dictionary is very easy. It's a very straightforward syntax. The first thing is you have the name of the dictionary which you want to create. We're going to equate it and we're going to have correct base. So we can write it on a straight line, but just to make it look presentable, we're going to break. So the first thing we're going to have is our first key. Then we're going to have this stuff. Why do I keep forgetting what it's called? And then we'll have our value. Hmm, I'm just so tired today. So this value can either be a string, it can be an integer, it can be a nested list, which we're going to jump into shortly. And if you want to add another thing, you just put a comma and we're going to repeat it again. We're going to have key 2, and then we're going to have our second value, and you just continue for as much as you want. The list goes on, it's endless pretty much. So let's just create a very simple dictionary. This dictionary is going to be for a student grade. So this is just going to be a single student, because we cannot really have multiple students in it. That's why I say it's associated with a single object. So we'll have to give student name. Okay, I don't know, I keep forgetting to do this when I'm working with strings. Okay, we have our name. Another thing we want to be able to access is grade. So 99, because I'm very smart. Okay. So when you're working with, let's just print it. So how are we going to print out this stuff? So let's just come down here. So if we want to just print out the whole entire dictionary, we can just do print and the name of what we called it. So you can see over here, it printed out the complete dictionary that we just worked on. I hope you can see it. So here it is. Printed out name, preservacy, grade, this. And that way, what if you want to like print um an individual value from it? So what we're going to do here is, once we have called the dictionary where we choose want to access it from, we're now going to use square braces to now access it. You can see it's already suggesting out the two keys we have available. We have grade and we have name. So if we save this, we should get just praise about saying. So you can see it. If you print out just accessing a specific key, let's change this to grade. And it printed out just the direct grade. So what else do we need to know? So we're just going to focus on like some basic methods and actions that can be carried out. So the first one is what if we want to create a new dictionary that has like the exact same name as this current dictionary we're working on? Oh, what did I do? Let's just call this one as because why not? So what we're not going to do is before we get back into the video, I just really wanted to like put this out there. So if you all don't know, I have a couple apps for Android up on Amazon, so you can just check it out. The link will be in the description below. So these are just some of the apps. I'm sure like whatever type of app it is you're looking for, you find something there. So if you just go download it, they're all free. Just support the channel and leave a positive rating. Thank you very much. Alright, so if you want to copy dict, that doesn't sound right. We're just going to write down the name of dictionary. It is want to copy from, and then we're now going to do dots. There we have it. Copy. Don't forget your parentheses. And now let's print out this one instead of printing out this current one that we have here. What is wrong? Why is my laptop dimming? There's light. What is that? My laptop. It's not charging. Okay, it's charging. Alright, and let's just replace this here. Let's save this. So we're supposed to get the exact same result once we run our code now. Perfect. We can also even want to clear the whole dictionary. Let me just do Control Z. Okay. So we want to clear the whole dictionary. Let's just we're not assign it to anything. It's just going to be the name of the dictionary I want to clear. Dot clear. Don't forget your parentheses. If we save it and we run it now, what did I do? Our dictionary should be empty. So let's just remove this. Let's just print out the whole dictionary. Our dictionary should be empty now. There. What else can we do? Gosh. Alright, if you want to get a list of like all the key value pairs in it, you can just print out items. So let's just clear this. So it's supposed to return a list. So we're going to have print the name of our dictionary dot items. Parentheses. I did something, and if you run it, so you can see it. We have a list, and the list contains the first pair, the second pair. Okay. Then, if you want to remove an item, you can remove the item by using pop. So I believe by now you should be familiar with pop. I think we've already done list. So if you want to remove, we're just going to call what is assigned under, which in this case is let's just remove name. Okay, let's do this here. There, so it has removed name. Okay, what else do we need to do? What else? Okay, so it has, if you want to add something to it, you can use the update keyword. And this update keyword, let's say if you want to add another dictionary here, we can do that. So we'll just call, just define the way you would any normal keybase. So we have name, we have grade, let's just add age. Oh shit. Oh gosh. And yeah, let's run it now. So it's just going to include that into the list. There we have it. So that is basically every single thing there is. Who is this person that is asking for money? Actually, sorry. So yeah, that is basically everything there is about like the intro to dictionaries. So as I was going to introduce you to nested. So if you already understand this, believe me, working with nested list is not going to be hard. So we're just going to add a list. I'm just going to like give a quick example because I have another video where I did use JavaScript for that one. I have a video on my channel where I like explain accessing lists within dictionaries and whatnot. So we're just going to assign one list somewhere or make sure I access it. So it's going, so we can either have the dictionary within a list or we can have a list within a dictionary. So we're just going to have the list within the dictionary. I'm just trying to be quick here. So let's just have multiple grade. Imagine like the person does different courses. So should we have, no, let's have a nested dictionary within the dictionary. Yeah, makes sense. So what grades do you do? Let me just do like a handful of courses I do. So we have says, okay, let's just hush. You know what, let's just do math. For math, let's say you get a 90 because you're good in math. We have computer. Let's say in computer you get 95 or 96. We have telecom. We're not good at telecom. So let's say in telecom you get like a 60. Right, that should be okay. Then what if we now want to access within it? So let's just take a quick like look back to how we printed out. So if we want to print out the grades, we're going to have the I should change that name. We're going to have the dictionary and we're going to have grade, right? So now what we're going to get if we run this, we should have another dictionary. So now how do we now access within this other dictionary? So you can just take a minute and just try and like, do it for yourself. But accessing it shouldn't really be that much of an issue. So I've accessed the grade one. Now what we wanted to access maths, hopefully by just calling the maths right after as a second dimensional structure matrix, we should be able to access the math score. So yeah, it's really easy. Once you're accessing, like no matter how nested it is, just always think of them like before you dive into that one, like okay, I'll think of like every single thing here that is selected as a single variable. I'm not going to think of it as a dictionary. It's a variable. So how do I now access this grade to access this variable the normal way you did? Once I've now accessed grade, I can now start thinking of this stuff as a dictionary. If there are more things nested, I'll just the mindset I'll keep doing, keep accessing them as variables until you reach the main point where you want to now access and you can now treat it as a list or as an object or data structure, whatever. So we're going to work on the project. Oh gosh, I'm so tired today. This is a cipher. I've not even uploaded it yet to my GitHub. I don't know. I'm just so lazy. Don't worry, I'm gonna get to it. I'll just do everything as I'm uploading this video. Never gonna get too close to me. If you know it's me. Cause and every time you leave me. Auction program. The PY. So, since the secret auction, the whole idea of a program is a very simple program. Every single person is allowed to bid until there's no more person left to bid, and then the person who bid the highest will be awarded it. So it's going to be a very simple program. First thing we need to do, I'm just going to outline I'll give you the quick algorithm and then you can go and do by yourself. First thing we need to do is um we need to use, we're going to use loop, while loop to be specific, so that we can keep receiving multiple. If there are better ways where we can do this, which we're going to treat down the line, but there are better ways to go about it, but this one we're going to use while loop, where oh shit we keep getting the username and the user's bid, which is going to be saved into a dictionary because those are two pairs that want to assign to one object. And we're going to keep comparing it, like if the one who just entered is higher or lesser than the previous ones, we're going to keep doing that to like be screening it. And we also need to be able to know when the bid is over, that is when no other person is left to bid. So let's get it, shall we? So first we want to do is print a welcome message. This spelling of secret used to throw me off. Okay, next thing we need to have our bidder value. So we're going to do while true. So we're just going to hold it into a variable just so we can have something that we're controlling the loop with. If not, usually you can just say while true and then we can just break out of it. I don't know if you want me to do that, then maybe you can just let me know in the comments and I'll release a new video where we use that method instead. So now we're going to have the highest bid, which is going to be equals to 0 for now because nobody has bid yet. And then we need to have the name of the winner, which is going to be a string. Okay, so now usually here is where we'll call while true, but since we're already assigned true to something, we're going to call what it is we've assigned it to. So now there are two things we need to get from the user. We need their name. I'm never gonna get too close to me. Then next we need a bid, and this bid is only integer input we need because it has to be a number. Or we can use float. Let's just use float because why not? Nah, let's just use integer. And we're going to collect the input. How much are you bidding? You know you mean the world to me. Now this is when we're not going to compare. So every new bid that is gotten, if it's higher than the previous, we want to assign it into highest. So we're going to say if bid is greater than highest, then we're now going to change the value of highest to be equals to bid, and we're going to change the name of the winner to be equals to name. So I'm not exactly making use of a dictionary here now. So I don't know why they suggested I use this example to explain. It's not really giving me dictionary vibes. Okay, let's say I want to have a full documented list. Yeah, I don't think this example is a good example, but let's just finish it and hopefully I'll find another example, something we can use to explain dictionaries. But then again, I don't really think there's much examples for use and explain dictionaries. Okay, so now we need to check to see if there are others who are still playing. So this one, we're going to give the user an option. We're going to assume that the user can read and would actually input the correct thing. So we'll now say, are there any other bidders? And we'll give them what the options are. Everything should be in lowercase. Yes, I'm using singular ones because I'm quoting it in doubles, so they need to be different. Yes or no, small letters. Now we'll now check if If other is equals to no, we're now going to set it into false so that the this thing can end, and then we can now finally get the overall calculus. All right. Okay. All right. So let's save it and let's run our program. All right. So let's just add a dictionary, just because we're working with dictionaries. Let's just say we have total or complete beads or all I don't know, or it's just going to be a dictionary. Then if you want to assign it, it's just going to be like when you assign a variable, you call it the same way you call it when you want to print it, and you assign the value you want to assign to it. So here immediately after like I received the input from the users, it's now going to be the name of what you want it to be, then the square brace, just the exact way we call it. But instead of like assigning variable, we're just going to take the user's name. So like your name will be the name that will be saved as the key, and then the value is going to be equals to what you bid. That should be okay. So we're going to first print out. So say um total bids made were, okay, that's not why I saved it as. Alright, let's try running it. Okay, welcome to my secret action. I didn't put space. Welcome to my secret action. Enter name here. So let's say first person that is going to be praised. How much are you bidding? Are there any other bidders? Yes. Enter name here. How much are you going to bid? Are there any other bidders? Yes. They just use all my names. And let the next one be a slower one. Sorry. Um okay, let's override opacity. Since we're saving to dictionary, if we call this, we either one get an error or get the value we assigned. How much are you bidding? There's the lower value. So that means now if we check, once the final dictionary comes out, instead of having 900, we're going to have 200 as the value that will be there. So let's just write one more thing and just go. It's going to be the last one. What is happening? Why is not asking to reassign the value again? I threw it off. Yeah, I threw it off with that. I threw it off with that. The stuff that I did here. Let's try and dig in and say I will maybe next time we're doing exception handling, we'll handle that error. So we'll come back to this project. So let's just try going again. Let's see. Praise. Let's say 300. What's wrong with Obasi? What is the issue? I don't understand. I don't understand why she's breaking. Is it that it has limits? I don't understand. Shall fix that error later. Let's just get our final results so we can end the video. Alright, so total list of bids made were praise $10, Obasidi's Chibudom days. The winner is with a total of that's basically it. So if you have any questions or any other video any other example of program you can try that would explain dictionaries better, please let me know. Anyways, hope to see you guys here next time. Don't forget to click the link in the description below, and have a beautiful rest of the day. Bye guys.